Super Mario Party! What is it? It's a board game, but virtual. Personally, I've loved the Mario Party series, but eventually, game after game, it was slowly losing me. But I can already tell you that this is one of my most favorite Mario Parties ever! But not perfect. The goal is to collect the most stars. You can purchase them from Toadette, or steal them from other players. It's happened to me quite a few times. By the way, the star only costs 10 coins! It's no longer 20! I love this change! With the star being cheaper, everyone has a chance to afford it, sooner rather than later. Plus, the minigames still award a little bit of coins to those who didn't win. Speaking of minigames, I love them. They're so different and creative. And the best part is, most of them are skill-based. They are not left to chance. Only 2 minigames out of 80 are completely based on luck. I'm not a fan of those kind of games. I'm looking at you, Wiggler. After you win a 2 vs 2 minigame, you have the option to high-five your teammate. If you do, you both get 2 coins. Funny thing is, if you don't high-five, you're just standing there awkwardly.
Ready? Yeah! Ready? Yeah!
Some minigames require you to use the motion control within the Joy-Con to play. While some may make great use of this, others require you to do it fast to beat the others first, which can feel awkward.
Start!
Let's talk about the boards. They're slightly smaller than past games, but I actually like it. It doesn't take a long time to get somewhere, especially since you can land on item spaces to get mushrooms or buy them. And there's ally spaces to recruit other characters who give you their die, or dice block, which is what the game calls it. When you roll a die, all your recruited allies also roll their own to add either 1 or 2 to your number. This makes it very important to build your own army in order to roll high numbers and help you in certain minigames. Allies basically make you stronger. So every playable character has their own die as an option to use. A normal die can get you between 1 to 6, but let's just say I use Mario's die. He has a good chance to roll 3. Look at Wario's with all those 6s, but there's a chance to roll a -2 coins, which is also a 0, so you won't go anywhere. But you will activate the space you are currently on again, so you can camp on, let's say, an item space to rack up those items. That's strategy, right, Robin?
Now that's strategy.
Exactly! Look at Bowser's dice block. Go big or go home, am I right? Look at Luigi's. It's a lot of 1s, but that can actually be in your favor. I love this dice block mechanic. It changes everything. You know this Mario Party has a tier list, and that's just weird to say. At the end of the board game, there are bonus stars, but it's random what the requirements are every time. Let's talk about the different modes in this game. There's actually quite a lot. First, there's the standard 4-player free-for-all board game. Next, there's a 2 vs 2 mode where you can play on the same boards, but the space is turned into a grid-based board. Both players roll a die and it combines. Plus, you also share each other's items. This truly is a team effort. I like this. River survival. You have to make it to the end of the long river before time runs out. You can touch the balloons to do minigames to get more time. The minigames are all 4-player co-ops, so you have to work together. That's cool. But after beating this a couple times, I don't think I'll be coming back. There's only 10 possible minigames. It just got repetitive. Soundstage, where you play 3 rounds of rhythm games to determine who is number 1. All these rhythm games require you to shake the controller to the beat, and it ends fast. By the way, the music is actually pretty catchy. But after playing a couple times, I don't think I'll be coming back to this. Again, there's only 10 possible minigames, so it just got repetitive. Square Off, where you have to claim a square on the screen by winning minigames. Whoever has the most squares, win! That's about it. I played this once, and I'm done. Next is Mariothon. You play 5 specific minigames straight through, and points are distributed based on your rank, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. Some minigames even go on longer after everyone else is taken out, so if you have the skills to survive, you can really rake in those points to get a good lead. I like that. There are 3 cups to choose from, or you can make your own with whatever minigames you put in that order. But there's one problem. there's only 10 minigames. After beating this a couple times, it just got repetitive. I really wish there were more variety. Moving on, Toad's Rec Room. Here you can play side games that last much longer than normal minigames, so it has its own section. You can play baseball, puzzles, tanks, and bananas. That last one requires 2 switches though. Honestly, I got bored of these. It's nice that Nintendo put this in on the side, but I don't think I'll be coming back to this. Lastly, the single player mode, called Challenge Road. It's exactly what it sounds like, a road filled with challenges. You actually have to beat all 80 minigames to finish, but some of them have certain conditions. Overall, I liked it. Reminds me of the adventure mode in the first Mario Party. That bomb minigame is the only one that frustrated me the most. It took me so many tries, it's complete luck. This and the Wiggler minigames are the only 2 that are left to chance. Anyway, when you beat any of these modes, you get party points. With these points, you can buy stuff in the shop. What's in the shop? Stickers, music, and more stickers. And advice, in case you suck. Why is this a thing to buy though? The stickers do nothing. This whole shop is kinda pointless. But you can scan amiibos. What do? If you scan an amiibo of any playable character, you unlock a shiny sticker of that character. Doesn't do anything, but hey, it's shiny. Scanning any other amiibo just gives you more party points. I already bought everything and was able to afford it all by playing normally. Now, I must point out the cons of this game. As much as I like where this franchise is going, there are 3 glaring problems that hold this game back. First problem, there are only 4 boards. 4! I can't believe this is a thing. Past games had way more than this. It's weird actually how they have many modes, I guess to compensate for only having 4 boards, at least that's what it feels like anyway. I also want to mention you can only play up to 20 turns. Well, one of them you can play up to 30, but that's because it's smaller than the rest. It's weird there's no option to have more. Past games, you were able to have more, but honestly, I wouldn't really want to play more than 20 turns anyway. That's just me. Second problem, there's not enough minigames. I said there are 80 total, sounds like a lot, but if you break it down by category, there isn't a lot. Look, rhythm minigames, there's 10, and it's only for soundstage mode, not available for board games. 4-player co-op minigames, where you work together, there's 10. These are only for River Survival, not available for the board games. That leaves 60 minigames in the actual board game mode. 10 of them are team minigames, where your allies can join in and assist you. The next 10 are 2 vs 2 minigames. Next 10 are 1 vs 3 minigames. Lastly, there are 30 free-for-all minigames. They're all fun, but I wish there were more. It feels like there isn't enough content. Lastly, the third and biggest problem of them all, the online. There's no board game. You can't play board games online at all. This is crazy. We're in 2018. How is this not a thing? Especially with the release of the Nintendo Online paid service, this could have been Nintendo's chance to bring in more people. But instead, we get Mario-thon. 10 minigames you can play online. That's it. Just 10. There is a ranking system where it keeps track of how many gold, silver, and bronze medals you've collected, but it means nothing. Also, when I did matchmaking with strangers, there's always at least one person with bad connection, and it lags everyone. Until the person leaves, but otherwise I quit the game and try matchmaking again. Oh, by the way, you can't quit unless you actually close the entire game and load it back up all over again. There needs to be a matchmaking filter as an option. Give the player choice! Anyway, overall, I really like this game. This feels like a reboot of the Mario Party franchise, changing a lot of gameplay mechanics for the better. Having character-specific dice blocks as an option to use. Stars costing 10 coins, less filler on the board. Rolling a 0 reactivates the space you're on. Recruiting allies makes you stronger. There's no overabundance of different items in the game, which makes it simple. And yet, there's strategy to this. I know, strategy in a Mario Party game sounds crazy, but that's what it seems like. Now, more than ever, you kinda have more control of what you roll. I mean, a dice roll is always random, but come on, look at this Shy Guy's dice block. If you ever need a 4, this is your guy. With that said, I give this game There's a lot of potential in this. It has solid gameplay, just needs a little bit more content. The foundation is there. All they have to do to make this game better is to add more boards, minigames, online board games with friends and strangers through free DLC. Just look at Splatoon 2, ARMS, and Super Mario Odyssey. Trickling out free content little by little has been Nintendo's business strategy to get players coming back to play, and that's just fine. Let me team up with my online friend and take on 2 strangers via 2v2 online board game matchmaking. That sounds amazing. By the way, this should come as no surprise, but you should play this game with human friends. I don't really have anyone to play with locally, so sucks to be me. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, then feel free to poke that like button. If you're new here, consider subscribing to my channel where I talk about other things gaming related. Don't forget to ring that bell to be notified for future content. Also check out my second channel for Let's Play videos. I appreciate your support and I'll see you next time.